There are currently 2,331 U.S. inmates waiting to be put to death. The average length of time a prisoner is on death row is 16 years. Here's what the last 24 hours before execution look like. Around 8 o'clock on the night prior to execution, the prisoner is taken from their cell to a cell closer to the execution chamber. This room is known as the death house. When asked about this trip, one security guard said, "It's very somber." He said, quote, "We all know where they're going and we all know why." At 9 o'clock, it's lights out, although most prisoners will say that they spent this time not sleeping but reflecting. At 4:30 the next morning is their final wake-up call. Prisoners can spend the next few hours with family, the chaplain, or making phone calls. At 8 a.m., visitors must leave, and the only person the prisoner can speak with is the chaplain or the guards. At 10:30 a.m., lunch is served, and they will typically eat whatever the rest of the prison is eating. From 10:30 to 3, they can read or self-reflect. If they're being put to death by electric chair, they'll get their hair shaved at 3 p.m. This allows for the electrical current to pass through their body easily. At 4 p.m. is dinner or their final meal. Some states will allow the prisoner a $15 budget to pick whatever they want. Other states say you're eating whatever the rest of the prison's eating. At 5 p.m., the executioner and the witnesses begin to arrive. Somewhere between 6 and 8 p.m., the prisoner is brought from their cell to the execution chamber. 15 minutes prior, the lethal injection is prepared, and since it's against the code of ethics for a doctor to execute a person, there is a group of people who are trained to execute. Minutes prior, the curtains are open so the witnesses can see into the execution room. 2 minutes prior, the inmate is given an opportunity to say last words, but this varies state to state. In some states like Kentucky, the prisoner is allowed up to 2-minute statement. In other states like Pennsylvania, it has to be a written statement. And in other states, the inmate is given no opportunity to speak. The staff will typically wait 1 minute past the execution time to give the governor, who is the only person allowed to grant clemency, a chance to call if they want to stop the execution. If after 1 minute they have not gotten a call from the governor's office, they move forward with the execution.